Hey everybody, my name is Eternal Beta and welcome to another edition of The First 20, where I play the first 20 minutes of a game to help you decide if it's worth your time and money. Today we're going to be taking a look at Long Live the Queen, originally released in November 2013 I believe, at least on Steam and at least in this country. This game is going to be a little bit different than games I've covered in the past. This is kind of a choose your own adventure / management sim type of game. I should also note before we get started here, the game runs natively only at a very specific resolution. Let me show that to you here. 1024 by 600. The developers have said that this will not be changing. If you can see right here, I'm actually using a tool called Sizer to resize the window itself, just so I can see it a little bit better. But if the video is a little bit blurry, that's why it's running at 1024 by 600. Developers said that we're going to support other resolutions because it would require them redrawing assets. But anyway, I have not played this game yet. We're going to start from the very beginning, and the 20 minutes begins right now. There's going to be a lot of text here. I'm probably not going to read all of it. We're almost home. Your room is just the way you left it. I know it's hard to leave your school. Best possible tutors. Okay, so it looks like, show you in just a second here. You have to work hard this year. Prepare yourself before you fit. Okay, so playing a 14-year-old princess in this. You saw her just really quickly there. You'll quickly learn. Make a wonderful queen. So this is our character here. Looks like our mother probably had passed away, so we've been brought home to be groomed to be queen. That's kind of a somber beginning here. Okay, so our kingdom is called Nova, it seems. I'll be here to guide you until your coronation. Your maids are waiting. Okay, welcome to Long Live the Queen. First time, so read the brief introduction. Okay, let's go through the introduction here, because this is what people would probably be doing in the first place. You'll be controlling Elodie, almost Queen of Nova. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to level up our skills here. Skills she learns will provide different choices in the ongoing plot. Learning the right skills can mean the difference between life and death. That is one thing that I've read in this game, is that it is possible to die, and it is possible to die quickly. You also need to keep an eye on Elodie's mood. With her mother's tragic death, Elodie is not very happy right now. That's kind of a given. The mood button will take you to the emotion screen for more details. Okay, so here's our mood. Elodie is both afraid and depressed. But her strongest emotion is depressed. Yes. She becomes more cheerful to cancel out the depression. Her strongest emotion would then be afraid. Okay. So we could probably want to try and keep all of these as close to center, if not a little. We probably want to, I was going to say, we might want to get these as high as possible. On this side, you don't want her to feel too pressured or too angry. So we want to get these middle two up and keep these ones on the sides probably as close to the middle as possible. You also will notice, as you've probably already seen, my cursor will be on the screen. This is kind of a, I believe you can play this with a controller, but I'm going to be playing with a mouse and keyboard. Affects her ability to learn, give her a bonus to some skills and a penalty to others. Taking a look at the skill screen, holy crap. Now, you may know right this second from this screen alone whether or not this game is for you. This is a lot of numbers. This is a lot to keep track of here. Skills are broken into 4 main categories: social, physical, intellectual, and mystical. Inside these categories are skill sets, groups of 3 related skills. Start with a 0 in all skills. Each week, Elodie can study 2 skills. Normally, she earns 2 points in a skill for every weekday. So if she studies history, she'll earn 2 points times 5 days. Okay. She has a -2. So your emotion does affect your skill set. She doesn't feel like talking to people. She studies. Okay. However, she has a +1 bonus to expression. She studies expression. She'll earn 3 points a day. Study a skill you have a penalty for, you could be wasting your time. So we want to study skills based on our mood. All these bonuses and penalties will change this mood. Okay. Oh, and then now there's classes. Alright then. Again, you may already know whether or not this game is for you. The classes screen breaks down skill sets by category for your morning and evening classes. Choose a class option for both morning and evening classes. Okay. Let's play through the story. You will sometimes see feedback bubbles appearing over the text. These tell you what's happening behind the scenes. Bubbles like these will show Elodie's mood is being altered by events. Bubbles like these will show you when the story is changing based on what skills Elodie has learned so far. Feedback is very helpful in figuring out different options to try, so there's a lot to pay attention to here. Now get ready to become the queen. Oh, just like that, right? Just as simple as that. Okay, and it just dumps us right in here. So now we need to... Okay, let's take a look at our skills. Everything should be 0. That's correct. Our mood. Our outfit. So, looks like we may get different outfits for Elodie as well. Classes. Okay, so... Right now, looks like we're signed up for... Expression and Economics. Doesn't look like we have any... Oh, we do have... So I believe this is probably set up to do the best options possible right now. Pick both morning and evening classes. I believe we have done that. So Economics and Expression. Oh, I see. Okay, so we picked the categories over here, and the options come over here. So we can stick an expression, decoration, instrument, or voice. So let's do voice. And then if we do economics, we can do trade. So let's do those two. Bonus to depressed, great. You practice deep breathing exercises to build up your ability to sustain a note. 15, increased by 15. Week 1 afternoon. You learn that even the smallest of villages is a central market where locals can trade what they have grown or made with others who have different skills. Okay, now I believe between every week we kind of get an interlude where we can go around and do something else besides classes. What's all this noise outside? Oh, it's my cousins, aunt and uncle. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to read all of this text. I will just leave it up on the screen long enough for you to read it. Hey, looks like your relatives have arrived. Not seen you in ages. How long were you staying? All month. So we get +1 to cheerful. Our relatives being here has cheered her up a little bit. Now that you finished studying, so this is where we get to choose what we do for the weekend. Okay, so we can talk to our father, which we don't know what it'll do. We can attend court, +1 to yielding, +1 to depressed, and +1 to pressured. Now, when it says +1 to depressed, I don't know if that will make us more depressed or less depressed. I'm not entirely sure on that. Because there's one that says +1 depressed and there's one that says -1 depressed. See, +1 to lonely. So -1 depressed, +1 yielding, +1 lonely, +1 cheerful. I think maybe we probably want to do something where we're around people. We don't want yielding. So let's see, attend service. Let's visit dungeons. We don't want to do that. Let's visit with our relatives. Awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. I know your brother and sister are still too young, but why haven't you come to school? She doesn't think anywhere but home is safe. That's a pretty overprotective parent there. Probably not going to be allowed to leave the castle until my birthday. Hey, we got +1 cheerful. So that's good. So let's look at our mood now. Good. So we've gained a little bit in the afraid, angry, and gained a little bit in the depressed. So our current mood is afraid. So we can look at our skills. We're down on intrigue, and we're down on royal demeanor, as well as weapons and military. What are we up on? Faith. Physical agility. Okay. Agility specifically. So maybe we should try and focus on something with agility. Economics, we're up a little bit. We're up a little bit on expression, too. So let's see. We can do something with agility. Let's do something with our reflexes, and we were up on what else? We're down on military. We're up on faith. Probably won't help us all that much. We're up a tiny bit on intellectual as well. So let's do a history class here. Do a history class. Do foreign affairs. Teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you, blocking these touches without triggering fear or breathing faster. We got bonus to afraid. See, I'm still not 100% clear on what that does. When it says bonus to afraid, does that mean we're more afraid? You study the relationship of Nova and its nearest neighbors. The borders have been mostly peaceful in recent years, except for the problems in Ixion to the south. However, trouble may be brewing with Piraeus as well. So we got a slight bonus there. What's the commotion outside? Father, what's going on? I've come to pay my respects. Mother, you have no respect or honor. It is because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. Whoa. Whoa. I'm a lumen as she was, and like every lumen, I'm unwilling to... Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. What? That is for the crown princess to decide. Lady, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. Now I'm gonna send you away. Yeah, she doesn't seem like a very good person to deal with. Okay, so we are a little bit more yielding. We're a little bit more... Did we gain some angry on that? But we're more depressed. So we want to maybe get that up a little bit. So focus on something that will be more cheerful. +1 to cheerful, +1 to lonely. Okay, we're okay on the lonely scale, so why don't we do that? Why don't we +2 to willful, +1 to lonely. No, we want to get cheerful up. So let's go for a walk in the gardens. So we should be pretty close to even out on the... Yeah, okay, so we're slightly down on all of them now, but nothing's like really down. We're still afraid. Afraid and angry don't really seem like they would be opposites of each other. So let's take a look what we're down on. We're down on intrigue, so we might not want to worry about that. Same thing with royal demeanor. Down on weapons still, and military. Let's see, what do we have bonuses in? We still have bonuses in agility. A slight bonus in physical. We have a negative in weapons. Negative in intrigue. What do we want to work? Maybe we work on some conversation, maybe public speaking or court manners. Trying to distribute the points a little more evenly. And I don't know about mystical. I think I might... Yeah, okay, Lumen. This is, maybe we stay away from this and kind of stay in the... So we have some points in that. We have some points in that. Maybe we take something in medicine. Maybe herbs. So maybe we do public speaking and herbs. So let's do a class here. Conversation, public speaking, and then we do medicine. We can do economics too. Oh, we did economics already. We have trade. So yeah, maybe we want to do some medicine here. So medicine, herbs. Okay, so we get a bit of a tiny bit of a bonus in public speaking. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. Afternoon, you learn that willow bark can be used to relieve aches and fever. Again, a slight, like a 1% increase there. Okay, now it's the weekend again. He loves me not. Uh-oh. Audie, do you have a boyfriend? Not really, I just like to play with flowers. Okay. So prepare to sit down when all of a sudden... A snake. Oh, test for reflexes failed. Uh-oh. Strange tingling sensation begins to spread through your flesh. That's not good. Your leg is going numb, you stumble and fall to the ground. Cousin Neil presses her hands over the bite. After a minute, you're dizzy, but your leg isn't buzzing anymore, and even the wound has disappeared. How did you do that? Not surprised. People think it's freaky. You won't tell, will you? So, our cousin here has some type of mystical healing abilities. It says, Charlotte, pack your things. We're going back to Merva. It's not safe here. What? So just because there was a snake out in the garden, they're going home. It's interesting. Okay, so let's look at our mood. We're a little bit afraid. I don't think being afraid is necessarily a bad thing, but we want to try and get some of our skills up. So +1 to yielding, +1 to lonely, +1 to cheerful. So that would get us to, that would bring these down more and get this one up. I don't think we necessarily want to do that. -1 to afraid, that would get us back up to kind of normal. Let's talk to our father. +2 to yielding, +1 to depressed, +1 to pressured. I don't think we want to do that either. None of these sound particularly good. +2 to willful, +1 to lonely. You know what? Let's do that one. You sneak out of the castle, have a little fun, you enjoy your freedom, but your father won't like it if he finds out. Hopefully he doesn't. So, that should have affected our mood a lot. Okay, good. So we are willful now, and it knocked down our lonely a little bit. But now we have this up here, so hopefully we can take advantage of this and study some classes that will help affect our skills. So let's see what that affects. So we're still down on royal demeanor. I think maybe we should try and correct that. Okay, current mood afraid. I completely forgot to see this. Bonus to agility and faith. Penalty to royal demeanor, weapons, intrigue, and military. So we need to get ourselves not afraid. Probably a little angry. So maybe we'll focus on that next. So we have bonus to agility and faith. We do have a slight bonus to faith, so maybe we do a little bit in that, and also agility. How did we fail the reflexes challenge when we have a bonus to it? So let's see, we have a negative to weapons, so let's not worry about that. Hopefully nobody tries to assassinate us. Maybe we do dance, and then, but what will dance help us with? Let's do some more reflexes. And then we also have a slight bonus to intellectual. Down on military, down on intrigue. Let's do world history as well. So we're doing agility. Some more reflexes, and then we're doing history and world history. We haven't died yet, which is a positive thing. You practice with a jump rope to increase the speed of your footwork. You practice solo tennis, hitting a ball against the wall repeatedly in order to train your hand and eye to react. So we've gained a bunch here. So 15.82. You may now play sports on the weekends. Oh, okay. So we can actually open up additional activities for the weekend. Afternoon, you look at a globe of the world, reading names and places so distant you can't even remember hearing about them. And other areas left blank because no explorer venturing there has ever returned. So we got a slight bonus to that. And that's going to do it for the first 20 minutes of Long Live the Queen. I hope this proved to be an informational look at this game. It's probably pretty obvious whether or not this game is for you. So if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, subscribe if you have not already, and as always, spread the word. And until the next episode of the first 20, my name is Eternal Beta. I'll see you guys later.